really good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
But now, as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take over as commander-in-chief, he said that decision to prosecute Hillary Clinton has been put on the back burner. He said that in a 60 Minutes interview set to air tonight. So should President Obama just pardon her? Here to debate, Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce and Ohio State Senator Capri Cafaro. Nice to see both.
Morning.
You guys
Absolutely.
fully recovered from the election?
Oh, yeah. It's been great. I mean, I've been in a little bit of a daze that this is really true. When we hear President-elect Trump, I'm excited about that. And now he's got to govern. He's got to make decisions.
It is a little
like
surreal, but yeah, it's time for us to get together and make the country function.
So you heard the question that was asked of him. It'll be on 60 Minutes tonight. He seems to be putting this on the back burner about the idea of setting up a special prosecutor to go after Hillary Clinton. But the reason this question was asked of Josh Earnest at the White House by the press corps on whether or not the president should pardon Hillary Clinton, sort of ahead of time. What do you think, Capri?
Well, you know, it's my understanding that back in 1975, there was a case, I believe it was Murphy versus Ford, that actually challenged the constitutionality of Ford's pardoning, basically like in advance of Richard Nixon. And essentially the ruling of the lower court in Michigan said, yes, it is constitutional to preemptively pardon. That being said, frankly, you know, I think it sends the wrong message. If President Obama preemptively, pardons Hillary Clinton, it says a few things. It basically sends the message that she's guilty. I don't necessarily know if that's something that Hillary Clinton wants or the Democrats want.
She hasn't been charged with anything.
Right, she hasn't been charged with a crime.
Well, here's the other issue. Donald Trump was elected specifically because of the sense of all these agencies being politicized, especially the DOJ, the mess with the FBI. We're looking for law and order. The rule of law being reestablished, that the law applies to the elites in the same way. So what Donald Trump needs to do is actually separate himself, frankly, from this process. He's going to have a new attorney general. That individual is going to have to operate as we expect the attorney general to operate, which is on his or her own, making these determinations.
That's a great point.
If you have the president pardoning her, once again, it's the elite interfering for the elite again. So my advice as a big Trump supporter, or somebody who advocated for him, but not attached to the campaign, is the fact that if he were to interfere right now, it's more of the same. We want to see an attorney general who is going to be looking at the issues. Remember, the Clinton Foundation investigation continues.
Right, so we do have an investigation.
These are things that are issues for him.
There's a difference, certainly, between an investigation and an indictment, and a conviction. And I think that, you know, that's the thing. I mean, the average person sitting at home is probably scratching their head. Yes, there's the whole Nixon thing that sets precedent, but, you know, how could you be pardoned? I just had this conversation last night, actually, with one of my friends talking about this topic, and she said to me, well, how could you pardon somebody who hasn't been convicted of a crime?
What about Donald Trump waiting until, if there is some sort of a prosecution, could Donald Trump come in to try to heal the country and pardon her?
Well, part of the healing of the country, is the statement of this election, is the rule of law and the process is going to act out. I don't think that there's any reason to implement this for him to be involved at any point. This is not something that should be on his agenda. We've got the economy. You've got immigration.
But Tammy, you say, hold on one second. You say, you know, we're going to have a fair attorney general. But if you put in Rudy Giuliani, as Attorney General Rudy Giuliani, come on.
Well, look, I mean, here's the deal. I mean, you know, we're not talking about what Trump should do necessarily. We're talking about what Barack Obama should do in his waning days, and whether or not President Obama should, you know, pardon Hillary Clinton, and, you know, in advance of basically trying to preempt the fact that there may be a prosecution.
Here's what I would predict, considering what's just happened because of the attitude of President Obama, his politicized DOJ. If it's going to happen, he will be the one to do it. And the reason is because any investigation of Hillary Clinton, especially of her time at this State Department, will involve him material that they have tried to keep away from, FOIA requests, emails, etc. He's got a personal interest. This is a man who's politicized every process.
But it sends the wrong message to America.
There's been many wrong messages in America during the Obama administration. This will just be another one. And it will save himself. So that's what we've rejected. If it's going to happen, it will be him. Donald Trump should send the opposite message.
Fascinating. Well, there you go.
I don't think Obama's